COVID-19 cases, the categorization of the disease spread across the nation, the Akwa Ibom State Governor's decision on the reopening of schools across the state, the commendation of the Federal Capital Territory Administration by the Capital Market Support Committee on COVID-19, and Nemet International Pharmaceuticals PLC's campaign to create awareness on the prevention of the coronavirus disease. We begin with the first update that some of OPay's business units, including the ride-hailing services, O-Ride, O-Car, as well as the logistics service, O-Express, will be put on hold due to the harsh business conditions which have affected many Nigerian companies during this COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdown and the government ban. Globally, ride-sharing businesses have been heavily impacted by the pandemic, and OPay have taken preemptive steps to restructure their business focus away from rides. According to the company, ride-sharing had always been only one part and not a major part of OPay's diversified business in Nigeria. They have been investing more and seeing accelerated growth in their commitment to Nigeria's financial and technology inclusion. During the pandemic, they have seen continued demand for their offline mobile money agency and online digital payments, which remain the core of the business. From January to April 2020, the company witnessed a 44% growth of offline and online transaction value, even amid pandemic and lockdown. This is a testament to the high demand for flexible and easy financial services by Nigerians. For the current COVID-19 cases, Nigeria currently has 27,110 cases with 10,801 recoveries and 616 deaths. The active cases are 15,693, while the sample tests carried out so far are 141,525. Categorizing the COVID-19 spread across Nigeria, here is an analysis of the numbers. In terms of over 5,000 cases, only one state reached that mark, which is Lagos. In terms of over 2,000 cases, only the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, is currently in that category. In terms of over 1,000 cases, 5 states, namely Rivers, Edo, Delta, Oyo, and Kano, have crossed that mark. For over 500 cases, Ogun, Kaduna, Katsina, Gombe, Borno, and Bauchi are 6 states that are in that level. Looking at states with over 200, there are 11, namely Ebonyi, Plateau, Edo, Ondo, Imo, Abia, Enugu, Jigawa, Kwara, Bayelsa, and Nasarawa. From the analysis, states with over 100 cases are 4 in number, namely Sokoto, Osun, Niger, and Akwa Ibom states. For the category of over 50 cases, the states in that range are 6, and they are Adamawa, Kebbi, Zamfara, Anambra, Benue, and Yobe. The states with under 50 cases are 3, namely Ekiti, Taraba, and Kogi states. In terms of the distribution of the pandemic across geopolitical zones, there are 2,899 cases in the North Central. In the Northwest, we have 2,708 cases. In the Northeast, we have 1,694 cases. Southwest, 13,695 cases, Southeast 1,216 cases, and South-South 3,804 cases. The Akwa Ibom State Governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, yesterday in a live digital interactive session announced that the government will not be reopening schools across the state following the announcement by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 that primary 6, GS3, and SS3 students can go back to their schools for the common entrance, junior secondary education, and senior school certificate exams respectively. It called on the churches in the state to abide by the COVID-19 protocols of avoiding large gatherings, as Christian leaders who flout the procedures will be made to face the necessary stipulated penalties. The governor assured Akwa Ibomites of access to healthcare facilities to treat any ailments and top priority to those that have been infected by the novel coronavirus. The Capital Market Support Committee on COVID-19, CMSC, has commended the Federal Capital Territory Administration in its efforts in assisting the federal government to combat the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Acting Director General of the SEC, Ms. Mary Udok, stated this in Abuja yesterday when she led other members of the committee during the donation of an ambulance and other essentials to the FCTA by the CMSCC. According to Udok, since the country recorded its COVID-19 index case in February this year. The number of affected persons has been on the increase, leading to emergency situations and, in some cases, death. The acting DG, while acknowledging the various ongoing efforts to combat the pandemic, both from the government and private sectors, said the capital market recognizes the need to lend its support towards strengthening the available response mechanisms, as well as ameliorating the burdens on those affected. Consequently, the Nigerian Capital Market Community, led by the Securities and Exchange Commission, in April of this year set up the Capital Market Support Committee on COVID-19 to mobilize the necessary resources and coordinate all efforts required in that regard. The committee has been mobilizing financial support and other resources from capital market participants and stakeholders for the purpose of providing medical and protective supplies as well as other palliatives. The CMSCC thereby announces the execution of the first phase of its intervention. This phase will cover donation of ambulances and other medical items to Lagos State, Kano State, and the Federal Capital Territory, being centered with relatively high number of cases. The CMSCC would also be donating an ambulance to the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 to support the efforts in flattening the curve in Nigeria. We encourage all capital market stakeholders to key into this initiative and contribute to the CMSCC COVID-19 fund to enable the capital market community to deliver on planned future interventions. We encourage fellow Nigerians to continue to take necessary safety precautions and abide by directives issued by the federal government and relevant health agencies. Together, we will overcome this pandemic. We believe those donations will aid in fighting the pandemic and flatten the curve in Nigeria. Udok said the committee has studied relevant data on the pandemic and has identified critical areas of intervention in the first phase of the execution of this initiative. The centers with relatively high numbers of cases, including the Federal Capital Territory, have been prioritized. She thanked the committee and those who have contributed to the Capital Market Support Fund on COVID-19 and also expressed appreciation to the minister and his officials for the privilege of collaborating with the Securities and Exchange Commission in the effort to make Nigeria free from COVID-19. Together, we will overcome this pandemic, she said. Nemet International Pharmaceuticals PLC has kicked off a campaign to create awareness on the prevention of the coronavirus disease. The company is sponsoring public enlightenment kiosks and other public awareness materials to sensitize the public on the various guidelines to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The campaign, which is being run in collaboration with the Zone 2 Command of the Federal Road Safety Commission covering Ogun and Lagos states, kicked off on Friday, June 26, 2020. The kiosks will be strategically located at bus stops, model parks, road junctions, and checkpoints manned by FRSC men for the dissemination of information through the sharing of leaflets on prevention guidelines as given by the National Center for Disease Control. The messages will advise road users, especially public transporters and commuters, to always use face masks, wash hands before and after each trip, maintain social distancing inside buses and at bus stops, amongst others. Speaking at the media launch of the campaign, Farm Matthew Azoji, Managing Director and CEO of Nemet, who was represented at the occasion by Farm Roslyn Oputa, Executive Director, Sales and Marketing, said the campaign is one of several corporate social responsibility undertakings by Nemet in the fight against the coronavirus in Nigeria. He said Nemet's partnership with FRSC on COVID-19 alignment is only one of such worthy campaigns which Nemet has been part of. Described the partnership with FRSC as a worthy humanitarian cause, saying the firm is involved in many more partnerships that revolve around healthcare of Nigerians. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of The Human Angle. You could send in your videos and pictures to news@proshareng.com or programs@proshareng.com and let's share your experience and views. Visit our website www.proshareng.com to get more updates from our news stories and videos. Also follow us on our social media platforms shown on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Till next week, thank you for watching and please keep staying safe.